Hello everybody and welcome back to another episode of Ben the Human Plays Vagrus the Riven Realms. I've been doing work off camera. I know last time we talked about going to Torzag Shelter and then heading over to the Iasian Quarry to continue Sidarius's mission. In the meantime, I was like, you know what? Why don't I set up the next section of the outpost for success? So what I did, it's been months in game, but I just ferried all of the resources to the outpost. So I got the 400 bone, the 56 iron, and the 70 obsidian here, all while dealing with the nonsense of the people hanging out at the outpost. People kept leaving, people were dying. It was just a mess. And that's why it's unruly around here, but we're making it work, and eventually we'll get to have some profit here. But we do get to see what the next step of the outpost it is. So we have all the materials ready to proceed. There is still the matter of the workforce. We will need about 30 able-bodied staff present at the outpost to start mining. Even then it will take us about 3 months to set up the operation. Profits are only to be expected after that. You cannot spare that much working crew at the outpost at that moment. So we need fewer than 30 working crew at the... Oh, I see. We have to transfer people to... I understand. So, the good news is I have a bunch of passengers with me that are providing like passive workforce bonus for this shipment of slaves specifically. So they're providing me with passive workforce. I can leave a bunch more slaves here. Not enough though to make it to the 30 they need. How many would I have to leave? I'd have to leave 36. It's not too bad though, and we could make our way back to Salem to kind of cover the difference. It is overcrowded in here right now. But if we take one scout out, that should be fine. And they have a deficit of 300 per month, and it's going to take them 3 months to get where they need to go. So maybe we should drop off a few more supplies just to keep them trucking along for now. I know they buy their own supplies with the funds here. Let's top that off a little bit. But I'd rather not if I don't have to. Okay, I think we can do this. So let's upgrade the outpost. Begin the work. You survey your outpost. There are a number of things to do here. He informs you that the work is still underway. Okay, so let's check the journal. 3 months to set it up. Okay, so it's month 6, day 12. So we need to come back on month 9, day 12. And they should be all set up and ready to go. All right. Bye, guys. I cannot help you. You're gonna be overcrowded because you need 30 people. And you're not technically overcrowded anyway, because it said 60 out of 61 or whatever. I don't know how to help you. Alright, our workforce is super low, but we'll just be traveling a little slower. That's fine. We have 2 days worth of food. Now we're gonna head back and talk to Sidarius. We lost some movement? Rats. In the salt plains of all places? Maybe we should... Honestly, we should just book it out of Salem. It's going to knock down some of our... whoops. Or we should book it out of the salt flats and get into Salem. It's going to knock down some of our stats, but that's totally fine. And we even got obedience back from a random encounter. Okay. Let's... That's right, you guys don't have slaves. I forgot. Well, take the workers for now, just to kind of make up the difference. And we could ditch some of our beasts of burden just to lower our manpower requirement. And we'll want to take stuff to Torzag Shelter just to like make as much profit as we can heading back the other way. Alright, what do you got for supplies? We have 2 days of supplies. I'd prefer to get back to the Crimson Gate, because supplies are very plentiful and very cheap there. But it is going to take us a little longer to travel than normal because we have low worker output. So let's go ahead and buy 2 stacks just to cover ourselves. We have to rest here anyway. And you guys want to go to the Mines of Plenty. So there you go. Let's get our vigor back. And then 1 more stack of food. And then let's head out. Yeah, so I spent just a bunch of time traveling around gathering resources for for the outpost to upgrade. So I did buy most of my bone at the Iosian quarry. I got all of my obsidian from the Drusian quarry over here, and then the iron I just bought from the Mines of Plenty and the Crimson Gate every time I was going by. So it worked out, and then I just did a bunch of odd jobs to kind of get my money back up because we had dwindled a bit. But I think we're doing okay now. Yeah, we only moved 9 per day, so that's a little slow, considering we normally get 3 more than that. Thank God we have the Dwarven Compass, because then we'd be down to 4 per day, which would be quite slow indeed. We do have crowded camps, which is not awesome. Okay, show them our license, drop off the miners. And then, honestly, let's ditch some of these fighters. We had too many. Now we're we were understaffed the whole time. There we go. Just over. We'll ditch all of these workers when we get back to Torzeg Shelter. And then we'll ditch one of those scouts. Devin, you're not going the right way. Okay. Do you guys have anything for me? You do? Fantastic. You do have cheap supplies here, so we might as well buy them. And then continue on the way. Yeah, I'm eager to get the outpost set up. Like, I don't think it'll, like, be a game-breaking amount of money to have it, like, functioning, like, how it's intended to make money, but I think it'll be fun. Isn't it my, like, Vagrus's goal to have that in life or something like that? I don't know exactly how it was worded. So we have this other Torzeg shelter. Okay, only one of them, and that's totally fine. We can just max out on the food and then call it good. And we're still above 3,000. So let's head on down the road. And then we'll head back to the Iosian quarry with Sidarius in tow. We'll load up on food in Torzeg shelter because I have a feeling it's going to be a little tricky to do this one and the bone thing. And honestly, we would like to continue on to Larnak as well, because that's where the other Sidarius mission thing lies. We have crowded camps again? Oh, it's because I have a bunch of dudes in my employ. Hey, it's a good day! That doesn't happen very often. Nifty. And we have 2... I sent my hunters out even though there was a 100% chance of failure. And we had 2 extra movements, so we could send people out to forage and whatever. Let's talk to Buka. Rumors, trade. Have some food for a dwarven gadget. And I guess we don't get to ask for a blessing. Honestly, it's fine. It's about your insight or whatever anyway. Or not insight, it's the other one. This thing. The purple stuff. Intuition? I don't remember. And we're back up to full stats as well. Things are looking great. Approach the guards, nothing to hide. Turn in all of our missions for money. And now let's sort out our comitatus as much as we can. So, buy all the slaves, sell whatever workers we can get away with selling. I feel like I need 2 more slaves. Well, basically a swap So we'll hold on to the 2 people that we have. Hey, these people actually want to go to the Iasian Quarry, which is hilarious. Oh, I was gonna say, do we ditch the workers because we have miners in tow? If we lose anybody, we might be in dire straits, but for now, we're doing fine. Let's see here. Do we have anybody to deliver to the Iasian Quarry? We sure do! Fantastic news. And honestly, we're probably not gonna hit Lumen. We're probably gonna go to the Iasian Quarry and then just zoom on to Larnak. We could try going to the Forsaken Colony. I have my notes around here. Here they are. I was gonna say, I have notes about what I can deliver to the golems there, or the ogres. I could deliver 4 grain, 8 dried fruit, and 3 salt, and 25 mushrooms. So maybe we'll take missions first, to Larnak, and then see if we have any more space after that. We have 9 days worth of supplies, so we do want to keep that in mind. And this one would take up 9 spots in our inventory. Another one for the Iasian Quarry. Because this would leave us with 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. We'd have 5 stacks of food. Or 4, I guess, since we're missing an inventory slot. How many days is this? 14 days. The Iasian Quarry is 5. You're 11. And then beyond, it's not 10 days, but it would be close. I think we can do it, especially if we picked up supplies in the Iasian Quarry. I know they're expensive, but this also takes away our ability to bring stuff to the ogres, though. I think I will do it, just because I think it's probably the most efficient, or like most cost-effective way of doing this. And if we don't take anything to the ogres, we don't take anything take anything to the ogres. So, all right, let's get going. Head on. I'm pretty sure that going around the mountains rather than down this way is actually faster. I'm not 100% sure about that, but I'm pretty sure. Because, like, even though it's a little further, being able to move 2 every single day does help quite a bit. Especially if you're going to force march. Which we are. Oh, that's the one thing about force marching, though. We could smack them around, though. Hey, and it fixed it. Great. That's why you smack them around. Oh, that's ruthless. All right. Go ahead and rest. And then one more day to the quarry. Have I been pronouncing that correct the entire time? Iasian? Is it what if it's like Eotian? That probably makes more sense. I'm not a pronunciation person. I don't know anything. Turn these 2 in. How you guys doing for supplies? You got none. That's not helpful at all. You got 1 dried fruit. That's it. Okay. Well, we could give them supplies, but I'm not going to buy any here. You don't have any mushrooms either, do you? I didn't notice any. Okay. You guys have anything for me to take to Larnak by chance? Nope. Not at all. You want me to take stuff to the Drusian Quarry? The other quarry? Are you serious? Alright, in the meantime, let's ditch our extra beast of burden. And then get the 1 slave they have. Because we don't need that beast of burden anyway. Where do you guys want to go? To Crystal. I've just been holding on to you for God knows how long. And you're also going to Crystal. Okay, well, maybe we should drop you off at some point. But for now, you're journeying with me. You're hostages in this godforsaken land. Oh, whoops. I totally forgot. We came down here for Sidarius's thing. Can you guys... Oh, you can hunt. I'm surprised. It's an, 8% chance to hunt. Probably not going to work very well. And it was a 24% chance to crit fail. I've tempted those odds before and they've worked out poorly for me. Alright, so where... Just a little north. Okay, so I bet it's like right here. Or maybe just a little further south. Alright, back up to full stats. Hey, we've done it. The black edifice sits on the pale horizon like the ominous corpse of a spider. The long curling spikes crowning the dome's structure do look like insectoid legs after all. Even from this distance, the carrion birds circling the area do not bode well either. That looks pretty gnarly. Approach the shrine. You soon find out the reason for the army of carrion birds. As you are getting closer, you notice movement all around the shrine. Then the stench reaches you with the turn of the wind. It is horrendous. Many of your komes start gagging and coughing. The smell comes from a myriad of corpses walking, sitting, or lying about the shrine. Even the prone ones move every now and then, betraying them for undead rather than mere remains. With your approach, the horde becomes visibly agitated, and if you want to reach the shrine, you must most certainly fight them. Organize your fighting crew and advance on the undead horde. Ah, they're not that tough. Who is this guy? He's like a skeleton lord. We must slay them. We will mount up. Still tougher than I thought they'd be. And then we will call their ranks as usual. And then I think we'll hold off on doing anything else. So hopefully our people don't get too beat up here. Some shambling mounds, a headless dude. What are you? A skeleton samurai? A revenant? He's got 2 armor. Okay, so he's going to be our primary target from the get-go. Alright, Kreefta, nail him. 9! Even with a block. Fantastic. I don't think we can stun undead, so we should just go to town on hitting people. Buff yourself, Sidarius. Garrick, I think I will have you shoot the bone guy instead of trying to be clever about it. And then I think I'll have Nadir try to burn the skeleton. She did. Good. Hit this guy. And now try to withstand the many blows that come your way. Thankfully, they just shift around a bunch. New target in the middle. I don't think they can be debuffed. I feel like I've had this discussion with myself many a time. Throw down your wards. Try to take out the middleman. Sidarius, you aim for the guy in front of you. And Gorgora, because I'd rather kill the one who's not above the wards. Haha, you're a bunch of losers. Never mind, I take it back. I'd rather kill the ones above the wards after this guy, as long as I can target that guy. Because what I find what I find happening with Sidarius is he, like, I'll kill everybody who's in front of him, and then I'll leave somebody on the other side of the map, and then he can't do anything, so. Took out that guy. I don't think the zombie is much of a threat, so we should focus on the front line. And I don't think undead can attack very well from the back either. I've been clubbed. Alright. Oh, he melted. That guy's dead. And so are you. Fantastic. Having upgraded companions is such a breath of fresh air compared to what I was like slogging through earlier in the game. Hey, that went pretty well. Harvick got himself hurt, and we got 1 wounded horse dude. Should we call their ranks again? I don't see why not. It went pretty well. It's free, too. It doesn't take any... I think it might take vigor, perhaps. But we were full on vigor, so... And now we're just fighting, like, basic zombies. This should be a walk in the park. Ooh, he lived. I'm surprised. Alright, Sidarius, this time... No, you go ahead and buff yourself. It's gonna take me a while to kill this guy, I have a feeling. Let's try to break his armor. We'll just tank all of the... I was gonna say, tank all of the zombie punches. And he's really the most dangerous guy out here. So I probably should have targeted him with Kreefta from the get-go, but... oh, well. Nice. This is not gonna do... you know what? Oh, I was gonna say, try to kill him with your rune. It didn't quite work, but... I guess we'll kill this guy with Sidarius, and then possibly kill you with a crit? Nope, didn't work. Stop punching Eilani. You're done. You healed him, you fool! That's okay. You got plenty of attacks to deal with him, no problem. Alright. 2 wounded horsemen, that's not so bad. Especially because we might be able to recover them. None. Rats. Two horses, 2 dudes down. Got a lot of supplies and a bunch of bones. The undead horde... where did the supplies come from? Are we eating the undead bodies? Disturbing to think about. The undead horde is utterly broken, their motionless corpses now lying on the field of battle, cut to pieces by the crew, just to be certain that they never get back up again. The way to the Black Edifice is clear now, though looking at your crew, you wonder if you should press on or return after regrouping. How long the area around the shrine will remain clear is a mystery, though. We must go to the shrine now. You walk up to the Black Shrine and circle around it briefly, leading the Comitatus further back to await your return at the behest of Sidarius due to the holiness of the place. The only opening is an unsealed doorway leading into the darkness inside. There are no windows nor other points of entry. The building itself, thus, appears to be a mausoleum of oily-looking black stone, with a crown of thorn-shaped stones reaching toward the grim sky. It is by no means huge, and you expect to contain several smaller chambers at best. "Let us not waste any time," Sidarius says next to you and leans in. You tell the knight that you are merely being cautious as there is no telling what peril lies within, and besides, you are responsible for the whole crew. He does not comment, instead placing his 2-hander on his shoulder and standing at the entrance beckoning to you. You and the knight enter through the opening. Your lantern's light can barely penetrate the inky darkness inside the shrine. The cold, dry air smells strangely acrid, and the pitch-black stonework is covered by an odd sheen. The eerie silence is broken only by your footsteps and the knight's armor clanking. After passing through the initial L-shaped corridor, you enter a cramped chamber. Its only point of interest is a small window cut in the far wall, about 5 feet above the ground. Pale light shines through it, the only source of illumination in the room. When you peek inside, you can see that the ostensibly sealed chamber beyond contains a small altar, upon which a single piece of bone sits inside an intricate glass relic holder. The light enters through a hole in the ceiling, probably transferred into this chamber by a system of mirrors. Writing in tiny letters carved into the walls can be seen, but from here it is impossible to make out anything. Sidarius ponders these circumstances. Even if one's arm were long enough to reach the relic holder, it is fastened to the altar by iron spikes. Breaking the glass could be possible, but it might damage the relic, which would almost certainly fall onto the ground and out of sight, or reach even. You are just about to decide to rely on pickaxes to break the wall when you discover that a section of the wall with the small window is actually a hidden door leading into the relic chamber. "Sealed by potent magic," the knight declares after placing his bony palm on the surface briefly. "I might be able to break the enchantment. Step aside." He places both hands on the secret door now, leaning into it, and begins chanting a prayer to Askul. Sidarius groans as the high-pitched sound becomes louder and louder. Uh-oh. The door flashes with white light and black flames, but Sidarius persists, absorbing the magic and dispersing it into nothingness. He leans onto the door and a powerful shove pushes it aside. "Hark, gods of the Empire," he declares, curling his skeletal hands into fists. "I stand before your gaze, chosen by your salient will. I shall enter now and take the holy remains of your most sacred servant, only to bring glory to your name and set things right. Bless me as you have seen fit to bless me before." He then turns to you. "An Inquisitor of the Order should be able to breach these magical seals without issue, and I have become much stronger since my anointment. Yet my mettle was tested cruelly. The only feasible reason must be that these obstacles were enforced by no mere Ascolites, however powerful they might have been. No, something else was at work here, and yet, by the will of the Triumvirate, I have prevailed." He steps into the relic chamber and you follow him. Although you expect further defenses, there are none, and the knight simply lifts the relic holder, placing it carefully in a sack for now. Then he proceeds to look at the writings all over the walls, and after a minute or so, he turns to you, his ember-like gaze blazing triumphantly. "Fragments of the litany were indeed inscribed on these walls, Vagrus," he rasps. "Among other holy texts and prayers, I shall transcribe them in timely fashion." He proceeds to do so, copying the texts onto parchment with ink and quill. You wait for him there, inspecting the writings and the now broken secret door to kill time. Then you become aware of a noise from the outside. Hooves? You elect to see what is going on. You blink in the pale yet blinding light outside, almost immediately noticing the horsemen approaching the shrine. There are 5 of them, and it appears they either circled around your comitatus or passed by some other means, reaching the dark edifice uncontested. Your companions are here as the riders arrive. Sidarius emerges from the bowels of the shrine too. The newcomers are Knights of the Black Sun, 4 of them accompanied by a necromancer. Their steeds are undead, in varying degrees of decomposition, clad in dark armor barding. They dismount without a word and draw their weapons, while the necromancer reanimates several piles of bones, merging them into an abominable undead horror. You already know that a fight is inevitable. "At least no Canarius," your knightly companion says quietly, all too aware of what comes next. "Sidarius!" Oh wait. "Sidarius!" the leader of the knights shouts, his voice distorted by his visor. "Surrender your weapons and yourself, traitor, and we vow that our judgment shall be quick. Resist, and your accomplices shall pay dearly for your misdeeds." Your vows mean nothing, brothers. Sidarius steps forward and shouts back. "You gave your loyalty to liars and corrupt schemers who have infiltrated our order and the Empire. They are using you to further their despicable agenda. Are you willing to give your lives to their treacherous cause too?" You sense the anger of the knights rising. "Our hearts shall not be heavy when we destroy you," the leader of the knights says with scorn and shouts a prayer to the gods before charging you. They will be upon you and your companions in mere moments. Without the comitatus to back you up, it is all up to the people with you now. Sidarius takes a fighting stance, ready to face his former brethren once more. "So, you have chosen death," he rasps, his eyes ablaze with cruelty and rage. The fight breaks out the moment the enemy reaches you. All right. I wonder if we shouldn't target... Sidarius is a little beat up, actually. I wonder if we shouldn't target the necromancer. But he is the back row guy, so it'd be kind of hard to hit him. Maybe we could stun him. We did! Fantastic. Alright, we can ignore him for a little bit now. Focus middle guy. Crit for 9 is fantastic. Can we kill him with a gunshot? Oh, not quite. Maybe a broken armor, though. Yeah! Alright, boost yourself, Sidarius. Duck. Oh, that guy just had to move. Smacked my frontliner around. Drop down your wards. I put it under the wrong side of the map. My bad. Funny, that guy can't move. Hey, we stunned 2 of them. Suck it. And then debuff. Sidarius, start swinging away. Knight of the Black Sun. Shoot him. Krifta does, like, really good, consistent damage. That's why I like her having her around. I know some people aren't a fan of Krifta, but I think I am. I missed! No! And then I got punched to the back again. Ah, he went and hid. Holy crap, crit for 1. Well, Garrick hasn't been hurt yet, so that's fine. I think the necromancer just died. Alright, that guy died as well. Let's go ahead... Well, we should probably just swap spots with Krifta. Go ahead and attack. Attack the Bone Walker? Switch with Garrick again. That guy's still stunned on the left, so we don't have to worry about him as much. And then let's try to burn him. I think he'll die from the ward. Stop that. Woohoo! You missed. Okay, he did die from the ward. We'll focus fire on the right-hand side guy now. Good job, Sidarius. Everybody switch your attention. And I don't think we'll mess around with wards anymore. We'll just shoot this guy. A bunch. Fantastic. That went pretty well. Garrett got a little pummeled, but overall not too bad. The Knights of the Black Sun failed to exert their dubious justice and paid the ultimate price. Sidarius forbids you to loot them, except for the Necromancer. It is not difficult to follow his wishes. You all know all too well how detrimental it could be to your well-being if you desecrated the corpses of anointed Sergeridites. We have a significant part of the litany, and a piece of armoros to boot, your knightly companion confides once he makes certain that the assailants are indeed dead. I shall study the transcriptions and the bone fragment as we travel on. I am not uncertain about what to make of the latter, but it seems wasteful to leave it behind. Fear not, I shall not draw undead to it now that I am holding on to it. My powers as a knight of the Ordos Negras Solus and the favor of the gods shall contain its harmful effects for the time being. You have my word. Well done, I might add. Although Canarius isn't here, this attack reeks of his modus operandi, and we'd best put some distance between us and this place, and expect his cronies to turn up at similar locations in the future. With the matter of the shrine settled, you return to the Comitatus and interrogate your comies why they did not interfere, let alone allow the knights to approach the edifice in the first place. The crew is apologetic enough, and you get the feeling that that simply seeing the knights struck immense fear into their hearts, so they held back to see who would prevail. You cowards! You cannot blame them. Not only are the Knights of the Black Sun beyond the prowess and courage of anyone, but your most trusted companions. Your comes are also not keen on aiding Sidarius either, and besides, you told them to stay back. Fair enough. What matters now is that you can put this forsaken sepulchre behind you and with a fragment of the litany as well as a lich in the possession of the Black Knight. Soon enough, you are on your way again. Cool. Alright, let's head back to... I mean, the quarry won't have food. Maybe we should just kind of head up and to the left. Towards the Forsaken Hive, the Forsaken Colony as well. The Forlorn Hive, the Forsaken Colony. Maybe, I'm thinking what we'll do is just zoom through this area. Maybe we'll get lucky and run into the bone thing. If we don't, it's not a big deal. I don't want to take a lot of time to search for it because I don't think we have the resources to look for it thoroughly. Excuse me, I have the hiccups. So we'll just zoom on through the Forsaken Colony, get to Larnak, and continue Sidarius' quest. If we find the bone thing, fantastic news. But for now, let's pause the episode. If you guys enjoyed, and click the like button, it helps me out a lot. If you want to see more Vagrus the Riven Realms or the other videos I have going on the channel, subscribe to the channel, make sure you have your notifications on so you know when videos go live. But until next time, everybody, I hope you had a good one, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye-bye, everybody!